All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Testing 1, 2, 3. Making sure that I have my headphones on. I know I always mess up with the volume. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. You are on the G.A.R Capital official YouTube channel. Thanks again for joining me. We do this every morning and afternoon. I did not do one yesterday because really wasn't much to talk about. So I really didn't want to waste your time watching. I'm not going to just do filler for you guys. If I'm going to get on, it's because it's something important. And yesterday was really just a choppy consolidation day. Overnight, we did bounce. We did soar overnight. We're going to go over features here in a second. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that. Turn notifications. Subscribe to our channel. Like our videos. Again, as always, very much appreciated. Let's rock and roll. The Dow was up 414 points this morning. NASDAQ up nearly 2%, 233 points. S&P up 1.6%. The Russell is up nearly 2%. 10-year Treasury yields are bouncing this morning. Let's go and take a look here. We do have a gap to fill now. We have two gaps to fill now, or almost two. Looking at 10-year yields, again, still below 3. Still watching that 3% level. Very, very important to watch. 2.95%. The dollar index starting to pull back a little bit. This is something you want to watch for if you are a growth investor like I am. Let's see if we can break down below 102.97. That'll definitely help the bull run, and especially VIX, volatility index. I know, something I always talk about. I can't say that I like doing a ton of technical analysis on a non-tradable index, but again, it's still important to look at patterns. So take a look at the VIX. Remember that uptrend here? Well, we broke down below. We do have a gap to fill. We may get that this morning. Again, maybe get a little bit of a pullback. No big deal. Then we'll probably continue back down. My target is right around 24. And really the big thing that I want you guys to see today, we talked about this yesterday on the blog, the inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hour on S&P futures. Again, my favorite. I thought maybe we would have broke down below 39.50. We held 39.75. We continued to break out. 40.50 was the key level. We broke above it. Now that we broke, take a look at your 200-day moving average, 40.40. That's your support if you are going long. If we break down there, we may just consolidate back to 4,000. Very, very big magnet. But again, after retail sales, I'll go over that here in a bit. Again, you can see the NASDAQ is also pushing 2%. We should get to around 41.01. Here's your left shoulder, your right shoulder, and your head. Again, this is a bullish setup, technical pattern. We should continue to the upside, 41.01. If not, we get to around 40.60 as my first target. Again, I'm watching for 41.01. I want to see if the market opens. I'm not going to be, when they open, I'm not going to run out and buy anything. Why? There's a gap to fill on VIX. Wait for that gap fill if it comes. Let's see if we retest 40.40, the 200-day. If we continue higher and start breaking above 40.82, 41.01 is next. That'll become your next support. Then you start going back higher, see 41.60, 41.83. Now, in the grand scheme of things, guys, am I going to say here and say, yeah, the worst is over. That's it. The bottom is. No. We're not there yet, unfortunately, in terms of fair value. Now, again, we're going to get some bear market rallies, completely normal. I'd expect us to have kind of a bear market rally until June, kind of pull back ahead of midterms. Again, that's a big deal. Midterm elections are usually, midterm years for a new president in the stock market is usually weak. Same thing in 2018, same thing in 2010, same thing in 2002. Same thing in 2006, not so much. But again, the midterms, for a new president, midterm elections, those years are pretty weak. Even under Ronald Reagan, 82 was in the middle of a recession. So again, kind of playing that same analog. We could follow the 1991 analog, but again, that's not a midterm year. This one is a midterm year. So I'm looking at 1982 as a possible analog. 2002, possible analog. 2010, possible analog. 2018, all Fed induced, right? Seems kind of familiar that we get a new president in and then we get some kind of Fed rate hikes or something like that. It tends to be that way, which is kind of funny. But taking a look here, 41.01, again, that's the Russian invasion lows. If we get above that, you do have the 20-day moving average on the daily, 41.46. If that does break, that's where it gets really interesting because that is a short-term trend moving average. And again, maybe if we can get to around 42.52, I use this opportunity to play calls, futures, and to dump anything that I don't want to own long-term. That's your opportunity. If there's any high beta, high growth names that you're just sick of owning, that's where you sell it. If you don't care, then that's fine. You can just hold it. But again, use these rips as opportunities. Let's take a look here at the news for retail sales. Retail sales this morning was actually strong. Let's go over it. Let me go ahead and bring up TweetDeck. TweetDeck is my newspaper daily. Retail sales headline 0.9% versus a previous of 0.7%. Excluding autos, this is core 0.6% versus the 0.4 expectations. That's about 20 basis points above the actual number that was expected. Excluding gas and autos, month over month, 1%. Retail control, 1%. Expected 0.5%. So again, strong, very strong. We did have some news this morning, some earnings. Walmart, $1.30 versus $1.46 EPS, revenue of 141 billion versus 138. They beat, but they cut the fiscal year 23 adjusted fiscal year 23 guidance. Not the best. 1.1% year over year, raises revenue 4%. So again, they did that, but guides Q2 EPS flat to slightly year over year, revenue 5%. US same store sales excluding fuel up 4 to 5%. Same store sales up 4%. So again, they beat, but again, the guidance wasn't the best. So they are gapping down this morning. Taking a look at Home Depot, name that I own, $4.09 versus $3.66. 38.9 billion versus 36.4 billion on Home Depot. Great, great numbers. Fiscal year 22 EPS up mid-single digits. Same store sales 3%. Operating margin up 15.4%. I love that. Revenue up 3%. Same store sales did beat. Very well done, Home Depot. So again, maybe the consumer is not dead. People are spending. Now the question is, are they spending on credit or are they spending cash? What I was told is that it had a great balance sheet, the American consumer. Let's see how long it lasts. Let's answer some questions here. Big Dog is asking Tesla's levels to the upside. Really, the next level I have is 820. 820, again, a lot of this, the issue is the Twitter stuff. Elon Musk now possibly not doing the Twitter deal because now it is a lot less than what he offered for the stock price. And now it's the bots. So again, I talked about this on a note for Investment Club. Love Elon. Again, the issue I have here is I just think it's just a distraction that's not needed. I kind of like my CEOs like quarterbacks. You know, I'm not saying quiet, but I don't want more pressure on them than needed. It's already a hard job. Again, how many people are almost praying for Elon's downfall or Tesla's downfall? I just wish that he was a little more focused on Tesla. Maybe he is. You know, maybe he's different than me, who can't walk and chew gum at the same time. But again, Tesla and SpaceX, that's the moneymaker for me. That's why I'm a Tesla investor. I don't care about Twitter, but again, I can understand what he's trying to do, and he's free to do what he wants. I had that I had that note on the for the investment club as I sent the list out for the people that are in our group, the names that I'm looking for to buy, but we're not there yet. Again, we're up, and I also put out a recommendation last night of a stock I want to buy today. But the issue is it's probably up today, and I haven't even checked it. So I hate buying on green days. I don't like it. I like buying on red days. Either way, again, that inverse head and shoulders is key. BA, is it a buy right here? Boeing needs a little more love, honestly. Their numbers aren't the best. They just how many years have you been waiting now for them to have that turnaround with the 737 Max? The issue is PE ratio. They don't have one. They don't make money. Boeing does not make money at this point. Let's just play a turnaround when we wait for a bounce in their earnings, and then you go ahead and actually buy some. That's what I would rather wait for. I wouldn't want to go bottom fishing here on Boeing just for the fact of we're going to just try to test it out and see what we can get. It's just not worth it. I would want to wait for a couple of earnings reports, see how they're doing. Let's get the report card before we start rewarding them with our capital. What stocks or ETFs are you using to hedge against high beta names? I can't say you can use a hedge against high beta names, but what you can do is you could trade against them if needed. You could always sell calls against them if you wanted to. You could always buy that short ARKK fund, even though I think we're going to go back up here with this little bear market rally for the summer. Then we'll probably pull back down in around August ahead of the actual midterms, and then we'll boost up to the end of the year. That's what I'm expecting. So I wouldn't get too excited about hedging on anything. But again, you can always do puts to hedge your portfolio. Are you buying any banks? At this moment, no. The stock I am buying today is not a bank. It's a healthcare stock, actually. But that's the best I can go. It's a healthcare stock. No, it's not Moderna. No, it's not Pfizer. But I do love the banks. I do own JPM. I had City. So here's a funny story on trading. And this is yesterday. I was just like, oh my God. I was pissed. I'll just say I am still pissed. So I had Citibank calls puts last week. It hit 33% in profit. I didn't even get a chance to close. I couldn't even get a chance to type it up. It just reversed. Warren Buffett is buying a stake in Citibank. So my puts are kaputs. And that's something you just can't control, which sucks. And you want to beat your head over the table or the wall. And that's just normal. But I just want to give you the heads up, guys. It's not easy to do this every day. It just isn't. And it absolutely sucks sometimes. Citibank, and I bank with Citibank, which is makes it even worse. Long term, SPY or SPY-G? SPY-G, easily. The dollar is falling a bit. Yes, that's a good sign. That's a good sign for tech. Airbnb undervalued. I think Airbnb is a great company. But again, they're lumped into the high betas. So again, you're going to get that kind of push pull with them. I do own Airbnb stock. There is a small gap to fill, small, right around 132. So what I buy here, not on an up day, I would rather buy on a down day. Thoughts on Mara? I'd rather just own Bitcoin itself than a crypto company. I still own my crypto and everything else like that. So nothing has really changed there. It's just on a hard wallet. NQ is your support right around 12,153. You could put it at 12.2, which is your 100-day moving average. You can see it right there, that blue line. That'd be a good level of support. Let's go ahead and add it together. The question is, do we hold above this so we can get that inverse head and shoulders pattern, or do we break down? Was this it? I think we get to 4101, guys, personally. So just want to give you guys a heads up. If you do join us on Discord, I do the live market blog daily, charts, commentary, the whole nine, even a little morning something, a little morning coffee for you guys, talking about retail sales and the chart. I posted on Instagram. If you are interested, GARcapitalFX.com. I love doing the blog. Probably one of my favorite things to do. Hope you guys join. Have a great rest of your morning. We'll catch you guys for the aftermarket recap. I will do one today. Yesterday was just nothing going on, so I didn't want to waste your time, but I will catch you later on today. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.